Welcome to this live meditation. We will begin shortly as the timer indicates. If you are watching this video live, then this means that we still have some time, so you can go get a cup of tea and come and join us. If you are watching this video recorded, then this means that this video has already ended, so you can skip this short intro. You can go directly to the session and enjoy the meditation on today's topic. In any case, thank you so much for being here, for the positive energy, the light and love you bring in this community. Hello my friends, this is another evening we are together for the live meditation practice, my practice, and I will be very happy if it is your practice too. It is just a time slot within the day. I know it's difficult to match your time slot, but if it does and we can meet live, that will be wonderful. If not, you can always check these videos recorded, as I say also in the introduction video. So welcome, and I hope you will find this space in time interesting, peaceful, delightful, to match your needs also, and to discover more sweetness about today's word or today's experience. Even myself, I don't have always the excellent mood for the meditation, but I think it's practice also. It is the part of practice to be here, whatever the mood. I am okay for today, and I hope you are okay too. Of course, basically physically, to be okay, not to have any pain, not to have any botherings in your body or your mind. And the rest, it is easy, because we will find them in the way. And as the title indicates, goodness is always here. Let's discover this goodness then, that is always here, that is always there, that is almost identical to peacefulness, almost identical to the love feeling I was saying yesterday. I don't know if you can hear me very well, because my voice is a little bit low. I prefer to have a lower voice at this time of the day. It's 7:30 now that I am broadcasting from Greece in Athens, and it's a lovely night, not so much cold, a little bit windy, not that windy. It is a wintry night, I can say, and let's enjoy our meditation together. With regards to the goodness that is always here, We will bother in the second part of the meditation. For now, for the 3 first minutes, we will just relax with our breathing, setting ourselves for attending and putting attention of our breathing, and that's all. It's a slight difference. It's a slight thing. It's the slightest thing we can do to shift our consciousness from the dreamy state to the present state. So we practice this usually in the first part of the meditation. We practice this to bring some presence on today's experience. And slowly, this small shift will make wonders to how we perceive ourselves and the world in general and the circumstances around us. So I will put the timer on, and what we will do is to close our eyes, to sit comfortably with our spine relatively straight, as I always say. And we will close our eyes, the timer will start, the bell will indicate that these first 3 minutes will start, and at the end of the 3 minutes another bell will indicate that we open our eyes now, and we can bring our attention to the rest of our experience. But for these 3 minutes, I think we can all try to bring our presence and our attention to the breathing, because this is all that we have at any given moment. We have our breathing that is company to us. Without it, we cannot exist, and we almost neglect it within the day, because somehow we assume that more important things than that take place, more important than the most essential one, just to breathe and to care that we breathe, to bring attention to the breathing. But we will do for these 3 minutes. We will start right away. I'll put the timer on. You can put your hands however you like, maybe just the palms on the knees, on the legs, on your lap, however you like it, to feel comfortable. And we will bring our attention to the breathing. And as we do, and thoughts jump in, we will bring again the attention to the breathing. And this is the full game. The thoughts will jump in, we bring attention to the breathing. This is how it works. It cannot be another way, because naturally our instincts, our survival instincts, we have triggers around us that say to us, now think to survive, think not to lose track, think to chase this, think. And this thinking and virtual reality gets into the way to our presence experience. So we will practice bringing this experience into presence again, back to presence, and stop the loop in our head, or at least to watch it, to observe it. So this is what we do. I put the timer on and we start. We open our eyes, 3 minutes passed, and it was indeed a very busy mind. Usually during these 3 minutes everything falls, all the thoughts fall into the experience as we try to bring our attention to the breathing. We still notice that we still keep thinking, mostly things that happens during the day, mostly fantasizing what could have been better, what we could have done better, what should we have done and we didn't do, and all these kind of things. It's normal, but the shift that is really important and is made is that we notice these thoughts, and at least we have the intention to go back to breathing. Slowly we exercise this muscle, and from the meditation the wonder happens, and we bring this experience into our daily routine, into the experience during the day. This is the magic that happens. We don't do only during the sitting, in these 3 minutes that we exercise it, that we practice it. Slowly this is infused in the daytime, so we start noticing these thoughts, and that's a huge difference than living in our minds in this dreamy state. So congratulations if you have done this in whatever state you are in. Whatever, I know you come here with all your things occupying your mind, with all your problems, with all your intentions, with all your dreams, with all your discomforts. You come here with all your past hurts, with all your optimistic thoughts about tomorrow, about the future, or however you come. You're perfect as you are, and perfect for this practice. We don't come here already peaceful. No, none of our days is perfect, but we are what we are, and we can always discover that goodness is always here, no matter what, no matter the circumstances, no matter how we are. I am very grateful that I can see and explain it. I am very grateful that I can feel it and express it, as I said, because many people see it, but they cannot express it this way, or many people are not able to see it, or they refuse it to see it in others. So let's say the haters of happiness, or the denials of happiness, they don't really accept this part that lives within them, their happy part. I'm very grateful. I am this way. I am a supporter of happiness, a supporter of the goodness, and I have this gift of expressing it, and no matter what, I am embracing it. And if I don't have a good day, no day is always a good day. I still have the feeling that I have to do my practice, and I am full of compassion for the next step and for my own feelings. So goodness is always here, no matter what. Goodness in the form of peacefulness, in the form of nice emotions, in whatever form. Goodness is always here, in the bottom of the ocean, in the bottom of this sea sea, let's see, this sea of events and emotions and feelings and situations. Goodness is always here. Maybe we cannot see it because there is a hustle, a chaos maybe at the surface, with all the events happening, all the emotions happening. But at the bottom of the ocean, there's always this peace, there's always this delightfulness and goodness. So it is always here, and we can see it or bring ourselves in this position that we can actually see it. This is what we practice here. Goodness might feel different for some people, for some others a different thing, but goodness is always here. That's why we are here, to live this goodness and to experience it. So with this intention, I will put the second timer on, the 4 minutes, and we will breathe in this goodness. We will discover this slight gap, breaking through thoughts, catching the thoughts, this delightful sweet spot where we're catching this thought, and these thoughts no longer conquer, no longer have the reins, no longer misuse us and our experience. We are not our thoughts. This is what we see when we observe them, and we practice on this to catch these thoughts and to observe them. So in a sense, we disengage ourselves from these thoughts. It is the thought, and it is us who observe these thoughts. When we have a thought, usually we identify with this thought. We believe so much with this thought. We believe that we are the thought. We believe that these thoughts are real. The thoughts might be real, but they are not truth. So by watching the thought, we disidentify from the thought. We are something different. We are the observer. We are no longer the thought itself. So we stop believing in it so much. We observe the thought. So every time we observe the thought, maybe for a second, maybe for a millisecond, we observe this thought. It's the greatest time we have maybe during the day, because we had the chance to be the observer, to disidentify from this thought and stop believing it really. So we practice this until we realize that we are not the thoughts that are produced. We are something else. So now that other thoughts will jump in again, we'll notice these thoughts during these 4 minutes, and we will go back to the breathing. If thoughts jump in, we will notice them, we'll go back to the breathing and to sensations of our body, what the body feels. Our body is our anchor to the present moment. This is the best tool we have, the attention to the body, to disidentify from the thoughts. So let's practice on this for 4 minutes, with the intention that goodness is always here, and I mean this kind of goodness. Let's do it. 4 minutes. we open our eyes. So maybe it was the case that you had constantly some thoughts, or maybe it was the case that you felt a little bit relaxed and you decided that you need no thoughts for this, let's say 3 or 2 minutes or just 1 minute. You let the thoughts go, and you relaxed into the body and start feeling something in the body. Or maybe it was the case that you caught a thought, and you observe a thought, and you let this thought go, because you decided it is better to concentrate on your body, on a lovely feeling on the body, or something that you felt. So you drop the thought by yourself already. I felt all these things in the beginning, the first one, in the second part, the second thing, and at the very end I felt that I wanted to drop all the thoughts and to concentrate on my body. It's very normal, all the stages that you go through, and you will notice also many things as you go. You will have your own path, your own experience. I am just guiding a few things on the process. I am not saying all the things that you could experience. I hope that when we are many participants in these sessions, we will have the chance to discuss also, as we did back in May with the other team I was in, but it was in Greek, so I could not do this anymore in Greek. That's why this team is not with us anymore. So yes, it was very interesting to discuss the participants' experience, how they feel, the stages, slowly their improvements and what they notice. There was so much satisfaction in this process, really. And yes, this is what we succeeded in just 2 or 3 weeks after we started our gatherings. It was online gatherings on a Facebook team, but now I decided not to continue these gatherings, not on Facebook and not in Greek. So that's why we are doing it in English and on YouTube. And but as I have said in the past, I don't mind doing it anyway, because it's my own practice, and I feel so obligated to do it, and I feel that when I do it all alone, I feel that I don't have to do it alone. I have to share this practice with more people, and I don't hesitate to be in front of the camera to do it. And let's see how it develops. Okay, we have one more practice, 5 more minutes. In these 5 minutes, the timer will start at the beginning, and we have a timer at the end. So no worry about the timer or opening the eyes in the meantime. The timer will say to you when to close your eyes, when to open your eyes. So you can close your eyes when we begin with the first bell, and you can open your eyes afterwards. In the meantime, we will do breathing meditation. So we'll bring attention to the breathing, to our breath, how we breathe, and then we extend this to the body sensations and how the body feels, certain parts of our body. I don't put you in a relaxation state like they do in yoga and say to you, feel how your neck is feeling, or I don't guide you. I don't like this kind of guidance, not at least in this kind of meditation. A guided meditation is a different thing. Here we do our own meditation with a small guidance in the beginning, like we do now. And So you guide your own self through it, and you try to feel what the body feels, how you like it. You will find your own way through this. And at the same time, when thoughts jump in, you name this thought. If it is a past thought, you just name it past thought. It is a thought about the future, you just name it future thought. And if it's a fantasy, you name it fantasy. And you go back to the breathing and to the body. Fantasy thought, it is a non-realistic thought, that it didn't happen in the past, or we're not fantasizing for the future. It can be thoughts about some worrying, some anxious thoughts that we have, some things that are bothering us, or we rehearse something in the mind that we will do, or what we should do but we didn't do, or when we criticize something, and when we object something. This is all fantasy. And we just name it and go back to breathing. With this tool, it's so much useful, because we realize our own thinking patterns, how we love to think, what we are inclined to do when we are thinking, and we disengage from the thinking process, and as I said earlier, we become observers, and we don't believe so much on the thoughts. We are not slaves of our thoughts, but we have this tool to observe them. So we name the thought, and we go back to breathing for 5 minutes. Very nice practice. Let's do together. I start now the timer for the 3 minutes, and let's go. For the 5 minutes, and let's go. We open our eyes, the 5 minutes passed, and maybe you have felt that goodness is always here. Maybe you have felt it for a glimpse of a second, or for some seconds, or you just felt it somehow during the parts of the meditation today. Goodness is always here. We just need to be peaceful, to find out, to discover it, because goodness is us. We are good in our essence, and when thoughts that are not real, or as I said before, thoughts are real but they are not true. So when we have ugly thoughts, these ugly thoughts hide this goodness. So in this meditation we take care of these thoughts. We cannot stop the thoughts, but at least we can observe them. We can observe them and place them when they belong. They don't belong in our identity. We are not the thoughts. They belong somewhere else. They belong in this experience that they can help us survive in whatever help they offer, but for sure it is not us. So to believe every thought. So when we have ugly thoughts, to hide this goodness that we are. I hope this was a good session for you. It was for me. Thank you for joining me for tonight. As always, in my website you can find the full schedule of the week. In the first page, in the home page, you can see the weekly meditation schedule. Most probably it is Monday to Friday at 7:30. But sometimes I skip some days and I do also in the weekend. It depends on my schedule, but formally I have dedicated these 5 days, Monday to Friday. So if I cancel one day, you will see it there, and you will always find the weekly schedule there for your information. But join us live tomorrow again. I will see you then. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for your comment, Ageliki. Here is goodness. We love. Thank you, Ageliki. Thank you so much for your comment. See you tomorrow then. Bye bye for now.